Where do we start? Stop. So, I'm gonna be doing my makeup, but as you can tell, I already did some of my makeup. It's just, you know, I want to sit here and preach self-love, but I rewatched my last video 100 million billion times, and just looking at my naked face, I can't handle it. I really truly can't handle it. I just put on a little something before we start. Oh, my dog is puking. That's nice. I was going through this little like I feel so ugly all the time, like I need to like figure out self-love, and I was trying every day. I was like, I'm just not gonna wear makeup, I'm gonna look in the mirror and I'm gonna force myself to love my face the way that it came, the way that God gave it to me with all the acne, everything. Thank you for that. And I simply couldn't even bear to look at myself. It was so hard, and now I'm wearing makeup again. It's a lot easier to preach shit than it is to do shit. Self-love is definitely one of them. I'm gonna finish my makeup before we even start the story, so let's get to it. Let's get it to it. I'm annoying today. I'm in an annoying mood today. And I want to preface this a little bit because this might have been the first time somebody took a photo of me, but it did not end up being the last. So if you want more story times on that, I will share them. I'm terrified that I'm literally terrified I'm being sex trafficked. More than one person, more than one sus person just has a photo of me on their phone. Like, why? So the day started. It was a great day, truly. And I was trying to head back to school, and so a lot of me and my friends down here are out of state students, so we're always kind of bringing each other to and from the airport, and it's just one of those things that kind of sucks. It just so happens every single time that I need to be picked up or dropped off at the airport, some fuck shit happens. Like, people forget about me, people just don't wake up. Like, anyway, moral of the story is I always end up Ubering to the airport, and I always end up Ubering home to the airport no matter how many rides I secure that day. It always happens. Somehow I always end up bringing people to the airport. I'm gonna stop doing that shit. So I get off the plane, I call my friend, and I'm like, where you at though? No response. I call her again, like no response. And I had set up two or three rides that day, I think. All three of them were just not happening for me. So I was like, I'm not just gonna sit here, I'll call an Uber. I hate Ubering by myself. Like, I don't know, something about it is so weird to me. Like, as the Uber caller, I feel like you should get to select who picks you up. Like, because if I'm riding alone, I'm definitely not gonna go ride alone with a full-grown man. Like, I'd want to ride with a woman. I don't know why the Uber driver person is the one that gets to pick who they pick up. I've been in situations where I'm Ubering alone in the middle of the night, so at least it's broad daylight. So I'm on the phone with my friend, and I'm just like, dude, of course nobody like came to pick me up. I'm like a little irritated. I'm ranting. And I get in his car, and I guess I slammed the door a little too hard. I like don't recall like making an effort to slam the door hard. Like, I'm a pretty respectful person, but I could have just been a little agitated. I don't know. So I hit his door, he instantly turns around. I'm on the phone. He's like, hey, like, don't slam my door so hard. And I see instantly he's foreign, which I'm coming to learn, and he ends up being this Cuban man. He moved here, started a better life for his family. So I get off the phone, so I'm not being rude, and we start talking, and he's telling me all about his life, and I'm interested. Like, I want to know. Like, I'm so intrigued to hear people's stories. I love hearing about people's journeys on this planet. They're always also different. We're talking away, and he's showing me pictures of his fiance and his kid. So originally it was like cute, like I'm seeing pics of his kid, like it's cute, and then he's showing me pictures of his fiance like swimming in the pool, like butt all out, like on a float. Like, I'm just not really sure why he's choosing these photos for me to like look at, but you know, I'm just whatever. He's showing off his fiance. So now we're about like 15 minutes away from my house. To this point, we had just been like talking about his kid, his fiance, his journey. It wasn't like weird. So I've taken like a couple years of Spanish, but I'm by no means fluent in Spanish, and part of me, it's like I don't really like to use it because it makes me insecure, and I also don't want them to feel like I'm trying to flex on their language. Don't want to be rude or disrespectful, try to speak their language and like mess it all up. And he's not that fluid in English, so it's just fun to try and meet in the middle. So he turns around and he's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And I was just like, oh my God, like, thank you. And he was like, you're so tall, you could be like a and it seems like he's like looking for a word, and he's just like he's taking a picture, flipping through a magazine. So like obviously I'm assuming he means like, oh, you could be a model, like, and not like gassing myself, but I'm just like a really tall person, so I kind of like, people say that just because any girl that is like over 5'10", people just assume that you must be like some runway Bella Hadid type shit. And it always makes me feel like shit because I'm like, not an athlete, I'm not a model, I'm just tall. Anyway, I'm just like a model, and he's just like, yes, and I'm just like, wow, thank you like so much, like whatever, it's genuine, it's not weird. And then we're gonna go to like closer, and I don't know what was running through my head. Like your mom tells you your whole life, like don't share personal information about you. Like this is exactly how you get kidnapped. But instead, I'm just trying to have some conversation, and I'm just like, oh, he's talking about, oh, you live over here, I live right over here. And I was like, oh really? Like I work right over here too. I worked at Olive Garden at the time. So I was like, I work at the Olive Garden on blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, no way, like, and I'm like, that's so cool, you drive a silver Altima, like, I drive a white Altima, like, literally just giving all of it up. I'm telling him where I'm, like, actually from, so I'm sure he would know what my license plates look like. He's dropping me off at my house, so he definitely knows exactly where I live, and whatever, I'm just thinking we're having some casual conversation, it's no biggie. But then he turns around, and he, like, reached for my hand, so I was like, weird, but I also understand cultural differences, so I was trying not to like be like, what are you doing? So I'm like holding my Uber driver's hand now at this point, and he turns around, he's like, you're so beautiful, I love you, baby. I'm unsure what to say. Like, I understand the cultural difference, but I feel like I love you is like a universal thing. We all are kind of like aware of like the meaning of that term in every language. Obviously I'm not going to say I love you back, and I don't know what to say, so I literally just say, thank you. Like, and he goes, I want your photo. And I'm just like, my picture? Mind you, I had just been flying all day, I looked disgusting. Like I had no makeup on, it was not a cute look going on for me at the time. I have acne, bitch, I am not cute when I don't have makeup on. Like, okay, that's rude. I'm not trying to say people with acne are not cute, but I feel your struggle. Like, you don't want people taking pictures of you, your skin all out, like looking vulnerable as fuck, like no lashes, like sis, it was a lot. Like I was just like, my brows are all fucked up, I have no lashes on, my acne's all out, just fucking shining. I know I was pale because I was just home for Christmas break, so I was not in the fucking sun. So I'm just a little stressed about anyone just having this ugly photo of me, but there's also filtering in the back of my mind, why does my Uber driver want a photo of me? And now he knows where I work, and now he knows what I drive, and now he knows where I live. I'm thinking like, so I live in Tampa, and sex trafficking is a huge deal. It's not really something that is being spoken about on a daily basis, but it's definitely something you end up reading about and seeing, like all the weird ways people try to like sex traffic. Even just people like coming up to you in the mall, like I always am just a little uncomfortable, like I don't really know people's intentions, and I'm just like, like maybe if I was some famous person I would understand like wanting that, but otherwise it didn't really make any sense. We're driving along, and I think that was pretty much the only weird thing he said. Like I said, I was just trying to nervously laugh it off. I'm probably spilling way more information about myself along the way. Like, so then we get back to my apartment, and we're now out front, kind of outside of the stairs where I'd be walking up, and I'm like feeling nervous now. I was like, well, thank you, like have a great day. I go to get out of the car, and he goes, wait, I want your photo. And I hadn't opened the door yet, so I was just like, I have a couple different options here. One, like literally grab my shit, which I had a big ass suitcase, so I was not about to just pop out the car quickly. Like it was about to be a process. Say no, and then like what if he locks the door and then like kidnaps me? Please tell me in the comments what you guys would have done in this situation. I just froze, and he whips out his fucking phone, which just was an Android, which makes the whole thing worse. I mean, I guess it's not that much worse because iPhone quality is some high ass quality, and that is embarrassing. He rips out his Android, and I'm just like, great, like now I have no makeup on, I look so ugly, and you already know the Android's about to extend your head, like about to have a big ass head, and I don't know why he wants this picture. So I awkwardly was just like literally like this. And he takes my picture. So then I get on my shit, I get out of the car, I'm like, have a great day. and walk right up the stairs right to my apartment. So now he knows exactly. Anyways, I'm so dumb. Like at night to walk my dog, or when I'm trying to leave and I'm alone, like I'm literally always looking both ways for a silver Altima because I feel like he's gonna pop up on me. I'm stressed about this. Like my number, my picture, like what can you find out about somebody based off of their phone number? Please let me know in the comments. Try to think of those scenarios before they happen, because I feel like you don't ever think you're gonna be in a weird situation until it happens, and then when it's happening you freeze and you don't do the right thing. Me, for example, that's why I'm here. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my story time. My makeup looks the same as it always does, so I'm not even gonna bother saying anything about that. Guys, I am gonna go now. Stay safe, stay smart, stay aware, always be looking around you. Don't leave stores on your phone. Try to set up rides with your friends before you have to call an Uber. But obviously call an Uber if you're not safe. Just try to be with people. Yeah. If you guys have any video requests or anything, leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.